typical response when someone says, I believe God is real, the atheists usually say proof, right? Give me proof. Would you agree with that?
Well, I usually say evidence.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be proof, it just can only be evidence.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So historic evidence is evidence. So you wouldn't accept that, would you? So you wouldn't want evidence. You want proof, something that's completely objective.
Well, you wouldn't accept it either. Are you a Christian?
I'm actually not Christian.
What are you?
I'm skeptic. But the way you atheists think are, the way you atheists think is intellectually dishonest.
Okay,
when you want proof.
Hold on. So, do you believe in Santa Claus?
I don't believe in Santa Claus, not at all.
So, what about the historical evidence of Santa Claus?
But no historical evidence is claiming that he's true.
Sure there is. They tell stories about him. None of
the
the stories say that Santa Claus doesn't exist. They say specifically what he does, what he wears, how he gets around.
Yeah, but that just proves his existence. No one claims that Santa is, the historic evidence isn't them claiming that Santa is real. They just claim of Santa.
Sure. Well, Saint Nicholas was a real person. He was from Turkey.
Yeah, but that's not Santa, is it?
Yes, the historical tradition. Saint Nick morphed into the Santa Claus figure. Santa Claus is just kind of a transliteration from like a Scandinavian figure, how they said Saint Nicholas's name. But anyways, do you believe? So this the Santa Claus example, like whatever, that's fine. Like, do you believe that Muhammad split the moon in half?
I don't believe it. No, I'm not Muslim. I don't believe that at all.
Okay, so when you said that I'm being intellectually dishonest because I'm skeptical about the claims about God, here you are being skeptical about a miraculous claim that comes from a group of people that believe in God. So I'm confused what the difference between you and I is.
No, I'm saying you're intellectually dishonest because you say you want evidence, but you actually want proof. You want objective proof, right?
Well, I think that that's what evidence is.
No, it's not. There's a difference between proof and evidence. Proof is something that's completely true. Fact cannot be any other way. Evidence is something that leads you to the truth. So evidence could be
mathematical proof would be that, I guess.
Okay, no. Evidence doesn't equal proof. Someone's put that in the comments. They're two completely different things. But you actually want proof.
Colloquially,
regardless of what it's called, you want objective evidence or proof, something that is absolutely proven that God exists, right? And I think most atheists would agree.
I want a good reason, and books written by nobody knows who, nobody knows when, of events that could not have happened is not good reason.
Actually, it is. I'll tell you how. In a court of law, right? If millions of people claim something to be true, yet they have never met each other, yet their stories are similar, that is overwhelming evidence in a court of law. It's not proof, but it's overwhelming evidence. You see, you don't want evidence, you want proof.
So, billions of people around the world all believe in different gods. So, what's the better explanation? That God concepts come natural to people and they try to explain things they don't understand, and they don't get reinvented every single generation. They get passed down every generation, or there actually is a God, or maybe it's more than one God, we don't know, that makes itself known to people. Which of those is the better explanation, do you think?
Oh, I'm saying I haven't made any of those claims. I'm simply saying that if multiple people from different groups have never met each other, they don't have the same, they've known have cell phones back then, they don't, what do you say?
That's what I just said. For example, when
they're not passing it down. You said they're passing it down, but they've never met each other. That's different. There's civilizations all around society.
How do you not get this?
All throughout history who have never met each other, yet they have similar stories. That's considered evidence. It's not considered proof. No. It's evidence. That's in the court of law, that would be considered evidence.
That a supernatural being exists?
No, exactly. But
okay,
no, it's
so
evidence.
What was the point?
Not proof. Yes, that's evidence. That's not proof. That means it's evidence. If millions of people claim that they saw you
Hold on.
try to assassinate Trump, it doesn't mean
Right.
you actually assassinated Trump.
Yep.
But there's overwhelming evidence that you assassinated Trump. It doesn't mean you did it.
Yep. So again, I'll just ask my question again, but a much shorter example. Billions of people have concepts of God, and do you think but they're completely different gods. So do you think the better explanation is, which explanation makes the most sense? That when we don't know things, we make up stories, and those stories get passed down, and the God concept is a common archetype that gets passed down, that every God that these people believe in really does exist, or only one of them is real and one of these people got lucky, or what? What's the best explanation? Because I think it's the first thing.
No, it's not the first thing. It's actually none of those things. The best explanation is that a God exists. It doesn't necessarily mean Christian God. It means a God exists.
How is that the best explanation?
Okay, well, let's debunk your version. You said, was it more likely people passing it down or conjuring a story of God? But that's not the case, because they all have similar stories, yet they haven't met each other. So it's not like they all on the phone, oh, let's all come up with this idea. They've never met each other, yet they have similar stories.
Yeah, and all around the world, people tell the hero archetype, for example. That's a very common motif in all kinds of stories. Does it mean that one of those heroes really is real and it's Hercules?
Sorry again.
No.
Someone was talking to me. Say that again. My bad.
I said it's similar to the way the hero archetype exists throughout huge numbers of cultures that existed for thousands of years that never had the opportunity to talk with each other. Because the hero archetype is just something that we find natural. It's a natural inclination for us to write stories about. Or is it because one of the heroes really did exist and it was Hercules or Achilles or Achilles or whatever? I think the first explanation is the best explanation. But it doesn't really matter. You saying that one of my ideas is wrong doesn't mean that your idea is right. So why should we think that there's one God that really does exist?
No, I didn't say that. I say a God exists. I didn't say I believe in one God. I said a God. That's my claim. My claim is a God exists. And you don't want evidence, you want proof. That's the issue here. The issue is your lack of understanding between proof and evidence.
If I say a God exists, is that a singular? Am I describing a singular God?
It doesn't know. Who knows? It's supernatural. You don't know.
You don't actually believe in anything, apparently. So
No, that's not true. Your idea, you asking, what you want is proof, basically. That's what you want. And the issue is your concept of proof doesn't actually exist when it comes to the supernatural. If it did, give me an example of proof that I can go get right now that will prove the existence of God or the supernatural.
ask your God to do literally anything.
No, that's not proof. That's just
yes, it would be.
No,
that would be
that's
the
my
best
claim.
kind of proof.
No, but it's not proof though, is it? That's just my claim. That's not proof, is
No,
it?
because it would come if it came true, then it would be the best possible kind of proof. So do it.
No, that would be
Do it.
overwhelming evidence. No,
Do it.
See, you don't know the difference.
Do it, sunshine. Ask for anything you want.
Yes, that's overwhelming evidence. That's not proof.
Yeah,
You
it
want
would.
proof.
It would be.
Okay, but you want proof. You don't want
Ask
'cause
for it.
You doing the
Ask.
move the gaps fallacy.
Do it.
Do it right. That will
Do it.
convince you that God exists. So if I perform
Yeah.
a magic trick right now, that will.
No, not a magic trick. I'm not even asking. I'm not asking you to be the one that does anything except for ask for anything. Ask your God to do anything right now. Go ahead.
But would that be proof to you?
Yep.
That's not proof though. That's my claim.
You are such a little chicken shit. You know that?
No, you're stuck because you're intellectually dishonest. You want
No,
proof for the idea of proof
intellectual
doesn't exist.
dishonesty. I found a way to test your claim, and
No, that's overwhelming evidence. That's not proof. You don't know the difference between evidence and proof.
yes,
That's where the issue
you're
here
just
is.
going to be a pedantic little because you got
Nah, you're
caught and
pissed
now
off.
you can't do
You lost.
anything.
I have
This
you
is
in the corner.
this is one of the saddest performances
No, I
I've
have
ever
you
seen
trapped
in my life.
corner, bro. That's the
You're
problem.
intellectually
Answer the
dishonest.
question.
Okay, I can
You're a
prove
child,
you
bro.
can
Answer the
prove what
question.
you believe right now. No, I'm going to be pedantic, so that wouldn't actually
No
work.
such thing as proof to you. The
Grow
idea
the
of proof
fuck
doesn't
up,
exist.
Jones. This is the
No, you're
dumbest
stuck.
shit I've
You're
ever seen
trapped
in
in
my
the
life.
corner, bro. You're trapped in
No,
the corner.
you
That's
are,
it.
because you won't
No.
give the proof.
No, the idea of proof doesn't exist to you. You're asking me for nothing.
There you go.
No, you're
Can't.
asking
You're
me for
wrong,
nothing.
but I can't prove it to you because you can't have anything proven to you. I win. Grow
No,
up.
Exactly. You lost. You're stuck in a corner.
No,
The
I
idea of
didn't.
proof
I
doesn't
asked you
exist.
I asked you
You're
for
asking
proof,
me
and
for
you
nothing.
refused to even try.
No, you're asking me for nothing. If you're asking me for something, give me an example of proof. You're asking me for
Ask
nothing.
your God to do anything, and
That's
if it
just my
happens,
claim.
then I would
That's
believe
my
it.
claim. That's not proof. That's my claim. You want proof. You're stuck.
You can't actually be this stupid, can you?
No, you're stuck.
It wouldn't be your claim if it happened.
No, but it is my claim. If I'm saying it, and even if he does, why are you?
You are
muting?
so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. Listen to me. Shut up and listen. If I say,
You
if I
lost.
say there's a giraffe outside, is that anything other than a claim?
That is a claim. Yes.
Is it anything other than a claim?
No, it's not, because you could
Thank
be
you.
hallucinating.
Now
No,
shut up.
You could be hallucinating.
Shut the
you could be
fuck
anything.
up.
Yeah.
If I point my camera out the window and you see a giraffe, is that more than just a claim?
It's not. It's still a claim.
So a video of something happening that's the same thing as the claim is nothing other. Is still just a claim to you?
Objectively, yes.
You're a fucking genius, you idiot.
No,
There's
you
no
don't
point
know
in
the
having this
difference between
conversation.
proof and evidence. That's the issue
can't-
here.
And you can't give any proof, according to you.
No, you're asking me for nothing. Give me an example of proof. You said if God does a miracle, but even if God did do a miracle, that's not proof. Just because you can't explain it doesn't mean it's God, right? Exactly. You're stuck. Give me an example of proof.
Okay, I gave you an example that's perfectly fine, and you shot it down. So tell me, what's going on here? Do
Because
you
that's
know an
not
example?
proof to you.
Jones, shut up. Do you know an example of proof, or are you saying that there can never be any proof?
I'm saying you're intellectually dishonest because the idea of proof doesn't exist and you're asking for it.
So you're claiming that it's not that I believe proof doesn't exist. You're claiming that proof does not exist.
No, I'm saying you don't believe in proof. It's not a thing to you.
Okay,
If it was, you'd be able to give me an example.
I literally did, but that's
Didn't
fine.
You gave me evidence. You gave me evidence. That's not a proof. Proof means it
That's
cannot
fine.
be any other way.
Jones,
No.
it does. Jones, okay, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so you asked me, and then I told you, and you said nah. So I don't know why you asked me. So we'll just go
you
with
won't
this.
accept that. I'm
Jones,
telling you, you won't accept that as proof.
Jones, it doesn't matter if I accept it.
What? It doesn't matter if you. What you're trying.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for your
The idea
position.
of proof.
Jones, shut up. It doesn't matter for your position, okay? Even though, I don't want to say this. I had it and then I forgot it. So forget whatever I think, because if you're right, you can prove that you are right. So tell me what you can do to prove it then.
No,
and then do
you're,
it.
you're wanting proof. I'm saying you can only have evidence when it comes to the supernatural or anything philosophical. It can only be. It's not the idea of proof to you doesn't exist. If it did,
Then
you'd
forget
give
about
me an
me.
actual example instead of evidence. You're giving me evidence.
Then give the proof according to you. Don't give the proof according to me.
I'm not. No, I'm saying there's no such thing
No.
as proof. The concept of proof doesn't exist when it comes to supernatural or philosophy.
Then
And
why
you're
believe
asking
it?
for it. You can only prove stuff in science, and even then, that's not proof because the scientist could be hallucinating.
Then why
proof
believe it?
means no other option.
That's really not what proof means when I say it, but if that's the case, then why believe
You
it?
say it. No one cares how you think proof is. Proof is proof. Evidence is evidence. You're stuck.
Jones.
You can't give me an example of proof. You can only give me examples of evidence.
If it can't be proven, then why believe it?
What you can't use the word proof because the idea of proof doesn't exist to you.
Yeah,
You can't
I
keep
know.
saying proof. It
I
doesn't
know,
mean anything. It
dipshit.
means
So
nothing.
then why believe it?
Oh, I'm sorry, I muted myself. You're saying prove to me science exists using geography. There's a two different things. It doesn't make sense.
Now I am muting you because you're just so fucking stupid. If it can't be proven, then why believe it?
Why did you keep muting me, bro? Because you're saying proof, but what is proof? Give me an example.
If it can't be proven, then why believe it?
The idea of proof doesn't exist to you. That's what I'm saying. You can't ask for something that's not real. Like,
if it can't be proven, then why believe it?
bro, you're stuck in a corner. That's why you keep repeating yourself. You're stuck. The idea of proof doesn't mean anything to you. It's
On a
only
scale
evidence.
of 1 to yes, how stupid are you? Because I'm not asking you for
stuck.
proof. I'm asking you, if there can never be any proof, why believe it?
Because you have evidence. I've already said that. You use evidence to believe in God, not proof.
And I just told you what evidence, an example of evidence, and you refused to engage with it.
Okay, yes. So you want evidence. Okay, so you need to concede that there's no such thing as proof. That's the only way we can move forward.
I don't care about your cheeky little pedantic wordplay
stuck.
here.
You want proof, but you can't. There's no such thing to you. You're stuck.
Jones, just shut the fuck up. Then evidence. Ask your God for anything, and that would be evidence. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I've already told you. If millions of people claim something, have similar stories in a court of law, that is overwhelming evidence. So
Do
you
it
lost.
right now.
Bro, that doesn't matter. So if I say, okay, cool, God's in this room, there you go. That's my evidence. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything to you, does it?
Ask your God to do anything right now. And if it
Okay,
happens, then that would be good evidence.
No, it wouldn't. I could be lying. Now, if two people
Look,
who've
as
never
long
met
as
each
you
other,
admit that you have no evidence and no good reason for the
I've already
belief,
given
then
you
I'm fine.
overwhelming evidence according
you
to
haven't.
law. To law. What are you talking about?
To
law. You're stuck, bro.
No,
You're stuck.
you gave
Just
an ad
concede,
populum
bro.
fallacy.
You're stuck. And
Jones.
you're doing the move the goalpost fallacy. It doesn't matter what evidence comes to you. You just go ahead and say, no, that's not evidence.
Jones, you think that a God exists out there, and the reason is because billions of people believe in hundreds of thousands of different gods.
Who've
So
never met each other, yet they have similar stories. In a court of law,
great.
that's overwhelming evidence.
So, yeah, great. So, you believe that none of those gods exist except for maybe one of them or one of the God concepts that they have. That's your argument.
No,
That's like, I believe in every conspiracy because at least one conspiracy is true. Like you have like the brain rot conspiracy
they didn't
brain.
conspire together. You can't use that word. Stop using words you don't know. They didn't conspire together. These are different groups of people throughout history with similar stories. So it's
I
not
said
a
you
conspiracy.
have conspiracy brain. I didn't say it's a conspiracy. So you're as deaf as you are
Okay,
dumb.
so they're not.
Congratulations.
How is it conspiracy brain if they haven't conspired together?
You're so unironically stupid. You're so unironically stupid.
No,
I didn't say
you
it's a
are
conspiracy. I said you have conspiracy brain.
Yeah, okay, but the conspiracy brain. Okay, but they haven't conspired. So how is that conspiracy brain?
On a scale of 1 to yes, how stupid are you?
You've lost. That's why you've resorted to insults. You can't answer any of my questions.
These aren't
and you're
insults.
stuck.
You're just an idiot. You
You're
can't
stuck,
comprehend.
mate.
You
You
can barely
atheists are the-
listen.
I'll be
And
honest.
to what very little you hear, you can't comprehend. And
No,
what you do
you are
comprehend,
stuck.
you run away from at the speed of light. Ask your God for anything to happen right now.
I've answered every single one of your questions. Every single one. You haven't
No.
answered my first one is, can you give me proof of evidence? And you haven't. You've just given me evidence of evidence. I want proof, something that's absolutely objective. This is it. This proves God. Can you give me that? No? Okay, well then proof doesn't exist to you. Stop asking for proof. There's no such thing as proof. The word you said doesn't mean anything. You're asking me for nothing.
No, that's not at all how that works.
Okay, well, give me an example. If proof exists, give me an example relative to my claim that God exists.
I reject your use of the word proof in the first place.
What?
But
That
second of all-
proof is proof. Would you? Lord have mercy. Gee. I'll be honest. I struggle more debating Muslims than I do with atheists. You guys, you're so skeptic that you back
Jones.
yourselves in the foot.
Do you have
Now
your own
back yourselves
Jones?
in the foot. Back yourself in the corner.
Jones, do you have your own private language where you have your own definitions for words?
Bro, did you okay, look up the definition of proof and evidence, and
I did.
we'll do it.
So before I reveal it to you, I'm asking you, do you have your own private language where words mean something other than what words mean to everybody else?
No, I don't, because proof. Your version of proof is something objective. That's what you want, but proof is actually subjective.
Proof, evidence or argument establishing or helping to establish a fact or the truth of a statement. Proof is the same thing as evidence.
No, it's not. I'll explain. I'll break
I
it down.
literally
for you 'cause
just
you don't-
read you a
because you
definition of it.
misunderstood it. You misunderstood it.
Evidence or argument
evidence be
establishing
in there?
or helping to establish a fact or the truth of a statement.
Exactly. So how
Yeah.
is that?
Or helping to establish.
No, I'll break down where it is because you don't understand it. Okay, cool. So let's do the court of law because this is how it works. If you have a body of evidence, you have CCTV, the murder weapon, all of this of someone murdering someone, all of that is a body of evidence. That's evidence. It's not proof. Proof is completely subjective. To someone, just the CCTV
You mean
footage.
objective?
Now, to someone, CCTV could be enough for proof, but for another person, that wouldn't be enough for proof. They would also need the murder weapon. That's what proof is. Proof is actually completely subjective. I attacked your version of proof, which is I need it to be completely objective. This proves God. Like you don't know the difference.
Literally
between proof
never
and
said
evidence.
that.
That's what you want, though, because it doesn't matter what I give to you.
You don't
just
have
say,
the
"No, it's not
ability
proof."
to read even your own mind, so don't tell me what I think.
Bro, okay, so I've told you what that is. Can you please give me proof that of God's existence that you'll accept? Give me an example, please. Something that's completely objective that proves God exists. Something that everyone
That's
can
not
see
what
for the
proof
rest of
is.
time.
That's not what proof is. So you've
Yes, no, that's
established
your version
the
of
most
proof, though.
you've established an unrealistic straw man goalpost shift for me on my own behalf, telling me what I believe and what my standards are. You don't have that gift, sweetheart, and you don't have the right, okay?
So you're not an atheist then, is that
If you
it?
could produce overwhelming substantial evidence that a God exists, then I would believe it. So, which is why earlier I asked you, ask your God to do anything. And if it happens, then that would be extraordinary evidence and I would be compelled to believe it.
No,
So
you
ask
did
your
not
God
say
to do anything.
extraordinary evidence. Stop lying. You said that would be proof. Stop
Yeah,
lying.
because that's what proof is, dipshit.
No, it's not, dipshit. It's completely subjective. I am to you, that's not what it is. To everyone else, that is what it is. What you just said, that is what it is to everyone. But to you, it's not. You want, and all other atheists want, complete objective evidence of God. I mean, complete objective proof of God. That's what you all want.
You don't get to tell me what my standards for belief are. So go fuck yourself. That is what proof is, because it's evidence establishing to help a truth statement, if we kind of paraphrase that
Yeah,
a little
because
bit.
you've just looked it up because you didn't know what it means, and you've read it without understanding the difference between proof and evidence. That's the issue here. That's why you had to look it up. You don't know the difference.
You are in the top 3 dumbest people I've ever talked to.
you're stuck.
April,
That's it.
April number 1, Angel number 2, you number 3. This is this
I
is
don't
the
get number
saddest
one.
performance.
Wow, I'm disheartened. But you lost, buddy. You got stuck in the corner. You haven't given me proof. I want proof.
I asked
and
you
I want
for
an example
proof.
of proof. You haven't given it to me.
Yes,
You've
I
given
did.
me examples of overwhelming evidence. But now you're saying overwhelming evidence is good, but I've already given you.
Overwhelming evidence is the same thing as proof. You actually admitted it
great.
30 seconds ago, but then you said, but that's not how Peterson views proof. Yes, it is. I'm telling you that it is.
No,
So,
it's not,
anyways,
because I've already given you
it is.
overwhelming evidence.
No.
I've already given you overwhelming evidence. So if that was the
Contradictory
case, you would have
stories.
accepted the overwhelming evidence, but you haven't.
I can't. This is actually making my head hurt. Millions of mutually exclusive stories is not evidence of one of them being true. If you can't handle that, then get the fuck out, because I can't.
It is
You're
evidence
useless.
of God, though. It is evidence of a
Jones,
higher power.
You're useless to me if you cannot accept that. Okay, so you're gonna have to leave. Now, I told you
Stop muting
that
me, bro.
if you ask your God for anything and your God does it, then that would count as proof to me. So go ahead.
Why did you keep muting me, bro? I've given you overwhelming evidence. Ask your question again.
No, you
'cause
have
don't want
not.
Overwhelming evidence. Ask your question again.
Ask your question again. Ask your God to do anything. And if it happens, then I would believe it.
God, give me oxygen. Ah, wonderful. There we go. Are you going to believe now? No, you're not. It's not enough, is it? You want proof. Stop lying.
Because
you want
there's a better
objective proof. Stop your lying.
Because there's a better explanation. And millions of stories that can't all be true, but one of them is true. Is that the best explanation? No, you fucking dumbass.
No, it's not. It's proof of God. My claim isn't that one of them is true. Stop lying. I said my claim is that a God exists. And
Why?
the fact that millions of people
What's your evidence?
throughout history have claimed a similar or same story,
How
yet
is
they've
that
never
evidence?
met each other, means it is overwhelming evidence in the court of law. You're lost.
How is that evidence?
That's overwhelming evidence in the court of law, whether you like it or not.
This is unbelievable. So let's say that you are accused of murder. Okay? And we go into the court of law, and a million people all say somebody murdered this person, but every single one of them says it was a different person. Do we have evidence that you did it?
No, we don't.
So we don't have evidence of any particular God, do we?
No, but if they all, but then they're
Thank
claiming
you for
the same story.
admitting
No,
it, you fucking
don't mute me.
dipshit.
Don't mute me because I'm
not muting you. I'm getting rid of you.
friend.
What up, princess?
That's not nice. I called you my friend. You called me princess.
You got
Are
any
you still
proof?
mad because you lost?
You got any proof?
Oh, you want? But I thought you wanted evidence. Now you want proof?
We literally went over how they're the same thing. You
Okay, let's
admitted
go
that
back
they're
to
the
your
same
court of
thing.
law thing. Before you kicked me, let's go back to your court of law. You said that I said because millions of people said it, that makes
Yep.
it true. No, millions
that's
of
what you
people can
said.
say anything doesn't mean it's true. You're right. But millions of people saying the similar story who have never met each other, that is overwhelming story. Because now they have stories that coincide with each other, yet they haven't conspired. I see how you tried sneakily change my argument, but I'm not someone who...
Nope, Jones, we already went over that. All that would prove is that there are certain motifs and archetypes that humans find irresistible to... Well, it wouldn't be all it would prove, but it would be a much better explanation. Like the hero archetype. Do you agree that every culture around the world tells stories about a hero?
No, I'll answer that. Let me answer your first one. That would also be evidence that people adopt the hero type. It does it's still...
Jones...
Why are you muting me for? I
meant to kick you out. I don't care, Jones. I don't need you to tell me how this works because you can't think as well as I can, which it doesn't even say all that much about me. Okay, if the best thing that would do is prove the hero archetype is a whatever fundamental foundational way in which people think in terms of stories, then that's what it would prove. It wouldn't prove that there must be a hero that really exists. Nope. And your God story, all it does is prove, the best thing it does is prove the God archetype. Not that there is a actual God.